So hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Danielle Griselda. So if it's your first time here, this channel is basically to inspire nurses from Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, nurses who are interested in coming to work as nurses here in the UK. And finally, when you get here, this channel also inspires to inform you and advise you and give you tips to help you settle in comfortably and live in comfortably, to start your new journey here. So over the last couple of weeks, I have received tons of messages from subscribers, from my friends from uni, nursing school. These are friends who are nurses and have arrived in the UK over the last couple of weeks. And some of these people are subscribers on the channel. For all of you guys that just arrived over the last couple of weeks, I'm so happy for you guys. You have no idea. Some of these people, immediately they sent me messages that they've arrived. I think I took screenshots of them and then I posted them on the community page so you can check them out. And I am just so happy for you. I don't know how many times I've said it so far. And welcome to the UK. How are you finding it so far? So in today's video, inspired by these people that have arrived over the last couple of weeks, I have been inspired to do this video to let you know about 10 important things that you're supposed to do immediately you arrive in the UK. You understand? 10 important things that you should do immediately you arrive in the UK. The first few weeks are tough. The first few weeks can be hell. The first few weeks can be rough. But trust me, you do these things and then they can, help reduce the stress, make you a bit more comfortable. And yeah, so if you're interested in finding out these 10 things that you're supposed to do immediately you arrive in the UK as an immigrant worker or as an overseas nurse, a doctor, whoever, if only you're coming to start a new life here as a worker in the UK, these 10 things are going to help you. Trust me. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into the video. I want to say to all those people that arrived over the last couple of weeks that you are most welcome. Trust me, you're not going to regret making this decision. All the hard work is finally going to pay off and you're going to see it with your eyes, right? And it's living a dream, living your dream, You dreamt about this and it's finally coming into realization. I'm happy for you guys. I'm so happy. So I'm going to give you 10 things like I initially said. And this is in no particular order. But as much as possible, I'm going to make sure the very important ones are amongst the first 5. You understand? The whole pandemic thing going on, after you've had your isolation, the necessary COVID test done and everything, these are the things that you're supposed to do, you understand? So the first thing to me is to get a UK number. Yes, to me, honestly, that's the first important thing you should do. Let me tell you why. Some of our networks back from our countries have roaming services, but it's quite expensive. And you can still have your local number from your home country as your WhatsApp number, but as soon as possible you may want to get a UK number so that you can easily make foreign calls. Let me tell you what happened to me. So when I first got here, obviously my agency got me a taxi. I arrived the same day with another lady, Priscilla. Hi Priscilla. And our agency got us a taxi driver to meet us at the airport. Okay. So bear in mind, my agency has its headquarters or their office in England somewhere. It's not in Northern Ireland. So this driver came to meet us at the airport, right, with our names on a white paper. Very nice feeling. And I was supposed to go to this particular guest house. So I got to the guest house and we got here quite late, right? And I think the owner of the guest house had waited for me and I wasn't coming, so they locked up the place. So this is me in front of the guest house and I don't know who to call. And bear in mind, I'm still with my Ghana number. I cannot make a foreign call. It's going to be very expensive and I didn't plan for that. And I'm standing in front of the guest house and I don't have access to the Wi-Fi. So I could not use my WhatsApp to make a call to this guest house owner. So I don't know what happened. I think the driver that brought me from the airport was still around. So we checked online for the number of the owner of the guest house. So we checked online and the cab driver that brought me from the airport called him to say, oh, are you expecting a lady called Nanelle? She's here in front of the house, blah, blah, blah. And then he came out, unlocked the doors and helped me pack my things inside. So see, this can happen, but like as soon as possible, you have to get a UK number. I think when I got here, some few days after I got here, we started our OSCE lessons, right? And it was in a different town, still in Northern Ireland, but a different town from Belfast. So I took a train, I got to the train station, and now I was supposed to get another taxi or to walk about 17 minutes or so. And I didn't know how to order a taxi. I checked online for taxis near me, but I didn't have a UK number to be able to phone them. So I now had to go back into the train station, get access to their Wi-Fi, send somebody a WhatsApp message. Can you please call a cab for me? I'm at this train station, blah, blah, blah. And then she did call the cab for me. And then she had to now call me again on WhatsApp to tell me the cab driver is parked here and here and here. I'm like, oh my God. So it saves you a lot of trouble if you have a UK number. When you're coming, you have to make sure you have some pounds on you. We'll talk about that later. So you can start with pay as you go, and then later you can do the monthly subscription, okay? If you're the type that doesn't want people back at home to know that you are in the UK now, you can still keep your WhatsApp number as your number that you were using back at home, and then change your calling number. Do you understand? Yeah, so that's number one. The second most important thing to me is to download all the necessary apps. If you're a type that does not use a lot of apps on your phone, you think they're so complex, you have to learn to do these things, right? Because, in fact, you need to. So you have to download the necessary apps that will help you, settle around easily. You need Google Maps to help you with, movement around here and there. And also you need apps like Property Pal and all that, to help you with your accommodation, because some of these employers will give you accommodation for a very short while, and then they expect you to look for your own accommodation after a period of time. So you need some of these apps that would help you find a place to rent and all that. So get all the necessary apps. If there's a taxi company around the area that you're in, you can get their app so that you can easily book a taxi for yourself when you need it. So get all the necessary apps on your phone and learn how to use them. They make life easier. So that's the second most important thing for me. The third thing is to get your BRP. You can do all these things that I'm talking about in a week or in a day if you have the time or if you have the chance. So to get your BRP, the BRP stands for Biometric Residence Permit. So usually when you get your visa, it comes with a letter or like a note, right? So based on the address you gave them when you were filling your visa application form, they're going to give you an address. Usually is a post office close to the address you gave them. And you're going to get to this post office to retrieve your biometric residence permit. You understand? So the biometric residence permit, when you're going, you need this note that came with your visa and then your passport to be able to get this card. It's a card. It has your picture that you took during your visa application, and then it has your fingerprint, it has your insurance number at the back, and it has your certificate of sponsorship number. It has the date of issue and the expiry date, and you need this card. This card is what shows that you are legally permitted to reside in the UK. So at any point in time, you can be asked to prove that you are a resident in the UK, and then you need that. You need that for your employer. Your employer needs to put that card or the details on the card. You have to scan it and put it in your file, in your employee file. So that card is very important. And one thing that I'll say is that immediately you get that card, scan it front and back, because both front and back have important information. And then you keep it in your iCloud if you're an iPhone user, or you send it to yourself as an email so that you forever have it. Trust me, if you lose this card, I have a friend that lost this card, and then it took him about 8 months to retrieve it. And then you go through a lot of unnecessary stress. So keep this card tucked somewhere safe, and then you can have, after you showed it to your employer, you can just keep just the scanned version on your phone, and that's that. If you are asked to provide let's say you're stopped by the police to prove that you're a resident here, they will give you some time to provide it, or for the meantime, you can show them the details on your phone, and then later, if you have to provide the card, you can show it to them later. So leave it in the room somewhere safe, because if it's in your wallet and you lose it, you go through unnecessary stress to get it back, to retrieve, or to get a new one, or to replace it. So you need to go for your BRP card, and you need to keep it safe. Third thing to me that's very important is to open a UK bank account. There's so many banks in the UK. There's Barclays Bank, there's HSBC, there's Lloyds Bank, whatever that you prefer. And you have to open a bank account so that you can get your first salary or your first pay. There's no way your employer is going to give you cash in your hand. No, they're going to pay it into your bank account. So you need to open your bank account as soon as possible. You understand? And you only need to book an appointment. So you can check online. You can check online for the bank closest to you. You can check their number and then you phone them and then you book an appointment. And when you're going, you need your passport and then your BRP, the same BRP I spoke about. And then sometimes your employer would give you an introductory letter to show that you're an employee of DS, you earn this amount of money, you live here, blah, 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 so that you can use all these details to open your bank account, right? And here in the UK, you don't necessarily need to make a deposit when you're opening a bank account. You can, when I opened my bank account, I didn't put £1 in it. It was £0, 0.00 pounds. When I was coming, I carried some cash on me, but it was still cash in my pocket. And I was waiting for my first pay to be the first deposit in the bank account. So you don't need any money to open the bank account. Yes. So now that you've opened your bank account, the fifth thing I'm going to talk about is to plan your budget. If you didn't have a lot of money to bring along, fine. Sit down and plan well. Know which things are important because it may take a while before you get your first pay, like I said. So sit down and plan well so that you don't go into depression, my dear. Sit down and plan your budget. Put aside money you're going to use for transportation. Put aside money you're going to, just the necessary things. There's no need going shopping if you don't have the means. That is why you have to get a few jackets if you're coming in the winter from back home. It could be secondhand, so that when you come, you wait for your first pay, you wait till you're a bit more comfortable before you start spending. You don't want to start borrowing immediately you get to the UK. No, with the little money that you came with, sit down and plan your budget until you receive your first pay. The sixth thing that I'll talk about is to register with a GP, right? In the UK, like various communities have several GP surgeries. That's what they call it, GP surgeries. The GP surgery is sort of like your personal doctor. You register with them, they'll give you an NHS number unique to yourself. That's the number that you need whenever you're admitted to the hospital, when medications are being prescribed for you. When I got to the UK, I thought I was this healthy girl, you know. I don't think I'll need the services of a GP anytime soon. So I didn't register with a GP, and I had been here for like 6 months or so. I had not registered with a GP. And I got sick. I had this severe diarrhea, right? And usually in such cases, you have to phone your GP, tell the GP that this is what's going on with you, and then they would issue a script or a prescription, and then you can go for your medication free of charge. If you want to get medication that's over the counter, you can just walk into any pharmacy and get it. But if it's a medication that is not over the counter and has to be prescribed, you have to get it from your GP. I was sick and I couldn't get any medication at that time. I still didn't register with the GP because I got better. It took me quite a while, I think about 6 months before I registered with the GP. And this is what made me register with the GP. You know cotton bud, yeah? Like cotton bud for cleaning the ears. I was addicted to them at a point in my life. And at the time I was, when you're at the time, I was single. So cotton bud is like, romance, for single people. You understand? See how nice it is. So I was using it every time, and then the cotton got stuck in my ear. It was quite uncomfortable. I tried everything I could to take it out, all to no avail. Although I could still hear people, I didn't affect my ability to hear or anything like that, but it was very uncomfortable, and it got stuck in my ear for months. But I thought I needed my ears to be syringed. Where are you going to? You don't have a GP to report to. You understand? This is how you do it. You go online and you just type GP surgeries near me, and a couple of surgeries will come. Even if you type on Google Maps, they will come, and then they'll show the distance from where you live to the nearest ones. So you choose the one that's nearest to you, and then you go there, and then you tell them you want to register with them. They'll give you a form you fill, and when you're going to register with them, you need your passport, your BRP, and all those things. So you fill the form, and then they'll give you the card. They give you the card has your NHS number and all that. So I now had to go through this process before I was finally registered, before I went to see the GP, before they checked my ear, before they also referred me to another hospital, before I got this thing done. Imagine if I had registered with a GP earlier. I would have just phoned the day it got stuck, and then probably I would have gotten it removed. And one important thing is, people on medication, let's say you're diabetic, you're hypertensive, and then you need regular medication, do this as soon as possible, right? As soon as possible. Even if you change accommodations later, you can always transfer your registration to the new place. You can always transfer your registration to the new GP surgery that is close to your new accommodation. You understand? So register with a GP is very important. And if you don't know, healthcare is free in the UK. That's one thing I love about the UK. So you can get healthcare, quality healthcare, free of charge. The seventh thing I'll talk about now is to prepare for your OSCE. Some trusts take a very long time before they start preparing their nurses, their overseas nurses for OSCE. I don't know why. When I got here, I think the second day or the third day, I started OSCE lessons. That's how quick. I got here November 18th or thereabout, and by January, the first week in January, I had my PIN. It takes people 3 months, 4 months before they get their OSCE done. No. So prepare for your OSCE. I'm going to start a new series. I know I'm always making promises, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to start a new series here on YouTube where I take you through OSCE preparation, writing the best care plans. You know, I'm the best care plan writer. Start asking around. Do you have any OSCE material that can help me? Start asking people that have recently written their OSCE. If there's an OSCE study group you can join, start preparing for your OSCE. Let me tell you this. When you get to the UK, you have 8 months to pass your OSCE. So let's say you feel that, let's say your trust or your care home does not book you or does not prepare you early for your OSCE. It takes them, let's say, 3 months to start training you for OSCE, and it takes them like 4 months to book you for OSCE. You have a few months left. So that means you need to pass your OSCE at your very first try. And you have only 8 months to pass your OSCE. If you fail within that 8 months, you have to go back to your country and start the process again. I mean, I'm not trying to scare you. OSCE pass rate is amazing these days. So prepare yourself for the OSCE and ace it. So I don't know if you remember this, but when you were filling your form on the NMC website to be registered, or during your application process, there's a part that mentions indemnity arrangements. They'll ask you if you have an indemnity arrangement in place, something like that. It is a legal requirement for health workers to get an indemnity arrangement in place. If you're a nurse, you're a midwife, you're a doctor, and you're working in the UK, you need an indemnity arrangement in place. So I will say, at this point, join RCN. RCN stands for Royal College of Nurses. It is a union, right, for nurses and midwives and health workers. And I think it's one of the biggest unions, And what they do is they give you support when you're in need. Let's say, we know our work comes with a lot of legal issues and all that problems. So RCN will give you the necessary advice you need. Let's say you have a problem at work, they will give you legal support if you need it and all that. So as soon as possible, once you set up your bank accounts and you have your bank details, please join RCN. You can even join before you start OSCE. You can join as a pre-registered nurse. I think there's something like that. Let's say a nursing student or something like that. And then once you get your PIN and your license, you update your details as well. They'll need your bank details so that they can take some few coins from your account every month. And then anytime you need them, you phone them. I won't say issues, but I've had issues, let me say, that I had to phone them for their advice. Then the issues never became big, but they're always there 24/7 to assist you in case you need any help. And they also update you with what's going on with the NMC, new things that's going on. It's a good thing to join RCN. Okay, quickly. The ninth thing I'll say is join a support group. The first few weeks are tough. The first few weeks can be hell. The first few weeks can be stressful. It could be a WhatsApp group, like for instance myself. A support group could even be a church, like a church You know, no man is an island, and then once in a while you do need love and support from people like yourself. So it could be church, it could be a WhatsApp group. So personally, let me see the support groups I have. I have a church. It's mostly like Ghanaian, and you know, if you need advice, there are people in the church that have been here for long. They can assist you. They can help you. It could also be like a WhatsApp group. Like myself, I joined this WhatsApp group called Ghana Nurses in the Ghana Nurses in UK. If you're a Ghanaian nurse and you're not on this platform and you want to join, comment down below. I'll send you a link so that you can join. We have a Telegram page as well. People have been here longer than you have been, and people have experience in a lot of things that you don't have experience in. So you could be a part of this platform, and then if you find anything difficult, if you need advice, you can put it on this platform. People will advise you. You know, you need support. You need support. No man is an island. You need the love and support of others to be able to survive. Like I said, it could be a church, it could be a WhatsApp group. I know the Filipinos have a platform. I know the Zimbabweans have a platform. I know different countries have, you know, platforms. You share advice, you share ideas, and yeah, you need one. Join one as soon as you can, okay? Because you can be homesick and it's very easy to go into depression. I'm telling you, the first few weeks are tough, eh? 10th thing I'll say is your NMC PIN renewal. Immediately you pass your OSCE, you pay an amount of money, they'll give you your PIN or your license number, and then you'll be asked to renew it every year. So there's a specific amount of money you have to pay every year to maintain your registration. So you don't want to forget this payment. So you have to set a reminder as soon as possible, or arrange for a direct debit so that automatically it's taken from your account. Because if you forget to pay this money, you can't work. It will take you a few weeks to get your registration back on track before you can take shifts at work. You don't want this to happen to you. So set a reminder. So that's the 10th thing I'll do after you pass your OSCE. Set a reminder to help you remember the date that you're supposed to pay this money to get your PIN renewed every year. So if you're watching me and you're already an overseas nurse and there's something important that I forgot to mention, kindly write it in the comment section below. If there's anything you need clarity on, you need clarification on, comment below, and as usual, I'm going to answer you. Yeah, that's it. Kindly like this video, share this video, comment, and yeah, show some love. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.